warm-up at Phillip Island by Ruben's house, and certain arm problems, back problems, and internal problems. Someone's gone down in the background. Someone's folded it up. It might be Fabrizio.
Yeah, I think it is.
Fabrizio was looking impatient.
It is Fabrizio, definitely. Hager's still there. And somebody else is off. That looks like that could be maybe shaky. I think it is Shane Byrne.
Shaky.
I think it is Shane Byrne.
What a disaster for the Altea Ducati squad. Shaky.
Yeah, it is Shane Byrne.
He says, has just been a little wary of that front end. No, Fabrizio.
That's Fabrizio, yeah. We've seen that. We saw that before.
So, Fabrizio, two of the
This is Fabrizio. Watch it. Lost the rear. And that's unusual. Where that happened, you wouldn't expect. You're almost touching the brakes there, which would expect to lose the front.
That's 3 accidents we've seen.
That's been really weird
in the race. That have been the rear wheels going.
Yeah. And keeping going, not high-siding, just keeping going.
You've been talking to some of these guys with your own experience of this track about how variable the grip tends to be.
Absolutely. This is a place where you come one weekend testing, get down to good lap times, get your set up, tyres work, you come back the weekend after, and for some reason it might be temperature, what's happened to the track in the meantime, moisture, all sorts of factors, and your tyres don't work and your setup doesn't work, and it is a really weird place for that. And grip levels tend to go up and down a lot based on temperature here as well.
We're on to the 7th lap of 23, so almost 1/3 distance. Leon Haslam said, if I'm anywhere near at half distance, I'll be in with a shout. At the moment, he's in the lead. The BMW of Corsa, a man who loves this place and has won here 5 times, is looking impressive in second.
One of the things here is, Jack, when you look at the timing screen, the times aren't particularly hot. They're doing mid-35s, and that's not so quick, and that's why here comes Toland.
Just presses the issue with Biaggi.
Easy enough.
Well, that was a move and a half, so he's moved through to 3rd place on the Sterile Garda Yamaha. This is the sort of spirit we like to see from the Englishman.
I think for whatever reason, most people chose the same tyre, an A rear. I think they're all on the A rear, so there's no issue there. They're all on the same. But I think one of the things is it's got a little bit hotter, and it is getting hotter as the sun beats down onto that track. The track temperature is going up. Times are a little bit slower than what we've seen, and that's meant a lot of people can keep up, and that's why we've got this freight train, which is good for us.
Tozo, number 52, in 3rd place. Behind him is the Alitalia Aprilia duo now of Max Biaggi and Leon Camia. And just behind those two, Sylvain Guintoli. So top 6 for Francis Battas, Viru Suzuki's right now. Behind them, Crutchlow 7th, 8th Ray, 9th Hager, 10th Lorenzo Lanzi. So many former race winners in there. Tom Sykes has pushed through to 11th place, Ruben's house 12th. There is Max Biaggi, who was so fast right off the start of the weekend here. James Toseland looks as if he's easing his way in to try to find a way past the BMW of number 11, Troy Corsa.
30 miles an hour, that.
Cal Crutchlow, pole position man, now is up into 5th place with that enormous accident of Leon Camiers having ditched him out and having held up and diverted the flying Suzuki of Sylvain Guintoli. Oh, Guintoli, that's cost him dear. He's 14th now, just ahead of Andrew Pitt.
Oh, the crash took him right down the access road, and then he'd have to turn around and get back on the track. That costs you a lot of time. And
Haslam at this moment has just eked out half a dozen bike lengths on Corsa.
And I think that's why we're seeing now Toseland getting a little bit frustrated.
Yes.
And he's looking at every opportunity to get past the BMW of Corsa.
But of course, as several people have said to us during the course of this weekend, you mustn't get so desperate you do something too rash round here. It could cost you dearly.
It does. This is a place that will suck you in and will cost you time, and you will make a mistake. But I'll tell you what, it's always difficult when you're trying to get past somebody like Corsa, dead smooth, doesn't make any mistakes, and he's on a dead quick bike down the straight.
Yes.
That makes it awkward.
See how he cut that back, double apex, the right-hander then. That's the long right-hander at turn 11. That's Francis Batter, a man who we were talking about in fairly glowing terms as we strolled through the paddock earlier this morning, James, about how he seems to have a knack of signing people at the right time. Yeah, he's got quite an intuition about it.
He's got a right eye for which riders are going to come strong, you know, and even he's signed riders that don't particularly look like they've got the pedigree that he needs, but somehow it gives them the bike that they're able to, you know, to flourish.
Tosland hasn't got the speed on the straight, and he loses a couple of bike lengths to the BMW, gets threatened by the Aprilia of Max Biaggi.
Yeah, you would have thought the fastest bike, certainly of that three down the straight, would be the Aprilia of Max Biaggi if 40 miles anything to go by. It was rapid there.
Well, you've been telling me that those BMWs are pretty quick, and actually, if you look at the BMW, the Tosland got sucked up to a 300 km per hour there at the same speed as Biaggi.
You've got to be careful there because slipstream plays a part. You know, you can only really go when they're on their own, when the slipstream isn't affecting their top speed.
In which case, Haslam's 298 looks pretty impressive.
On his own.
This is Crutchlow. Now, he runs wide. And Jonathan Ray says, thank you very much, and slots the Hanspeed 10 Carter Honda through. So, the former runner-up in World Supersports in 2008 overtakes the reigning World Supersport champion. And Cal Crutchlow, he said that he was going to find that beast to handle. And he said it was just going to become harder and harder work as the race progressed. Yeah, 9 laps gone, 14 to go. You would have expected his tyres to last. He thought he could do at least half distance, which he hasn't quite done yet, before things started to turn a bit sour. Well, Tosland at the moment is looking strong on the other Sterile Garda bike. And looking like he really could do with finding a way past. This might be it. What a move. That was, he lined that up so far back. That was a determined and productive move by the two-time world champion. Corsa getting in right in the slipstream of the Yamaha. Let's see what the BMW's got down the straight. And JT on the case, the BMW not quite quick enough out of the final turn, and he'll now have to deal with that man, Max Biaggi, on the Alitalia Aprilia. Yeah, I think what we're seeing there is Tosland is the faster man. Certainly on the brakes, he's looked like good. Oh, there's Biaggi. Lost it straight through. Easy enough. He's gone wide, though. Not that easy. Not as easy as we've thought. Troy, these, of course, two over knees back goes the Aprilia. These are two men who are old enough to know better, 38-year-olds. Absolutely. Just, sawing lumps off each other. But Biaggi doesn't want to let Tosland and Haslam get away, and I think he thought that if he got held up for more than a lap or two behind Corsa, that's what would happen. Now, Corsa, of course, what's happened up until now with the BMWs is that their speed drop-off tends to be a little drastic in the second half of the race. I'd like to see Troy Corsa hold it in here and stick with this leading crew. Behind him, though, Jonathan Ray might start to threaten. I tell you who's having a good day. Tom Sykes, number 66. Tom Sykes on the Kawasaki in 9th. Top 10 for that is good. Yes, that's at the moment. And 16th for Simon Andrews, who's come here to a completely unfamiliar track and a completely unfamiliar setup. A fairly entertaining chap there in Aprilia, who reminds of a cross between kind of a Frank Zappa and Damon Hill. Dropping down the hill now. Nori Haga is in 7th place. He's challenging Cal Crutchlow. So Haga on the Xerox Ducati, not able to produce around a track he really loves and always enjoys. And a bike and a track that usually suits the big Ducati twin. And do you know, he's the first Ducati out there. Yeah. In 7th, Lanzi behind him in 8th on the DFX bike. The Aprilia is back with James Tosland, so Biaggi will be looking to see if there's a way that he can sneak past the Sterile Garda Yamaha, and Tosland way wide there as he went. That was through the second turn, Michael Doohan turn. And you know, when you watch Biaggi, even though he tries hard and he does make the odd mistake, runs wide here and there, his style is still relaxed and cool and kind of economical in its physical input. You know, it looks like it's not that difficult for him to go quick. Leon Haslam, look, he's sitting a relatively scorching place in this scorching heat at the front, as Biaggi tries to do to Tosland what Tosland did to the BMW, but can't quite. You see, Jack, if the times are a little bit depressed, you know, if they're a little bit slow for everybody, well, it's because of a reason. Maybe grip levels are down, and all you've got to do is be the best with those conditions, and it looks to me like Haslam can do. Leon Haslam, number 91. Let's not forget what he's doing at the front. He's celebrating, of course, the first anniversary